Hi, welcome back to Bass Bites. I'm Ann Luna, and my tip for you today that I'm hoping is just a little digestible nibble is an exercise that I got to learn from my teacher, Paul Sharpe. It's called Max's Magic. And so it's working in half steps and whole steps and working on getting your intonation and strength in. For me, I'm a right-handed player, so my fretting hand, my left hand. So we're going to work on getting to know the fretboard a little bit better, as well as building some strength, dexterity, and some ear training in there too. So let's get to it. So the main pattern that I've got written up here, if you're numbering your fingers 1, 2, 3, and 4, if we're up on the G string, you can be on any string, but we're going to start on the G because it's easier. It's a thinner string. And so you've got index 1. So this would be an A flat. 2, your middle finger on an A. Then stretching up with your pinky or finger number 4 for a B flat. So you've got 1, 2, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 4. So that's the main pattern that my teacher showed me. And it's great because you're getting used to these half steps, right? And working on your spread. And if at first that spread, especially down here, because this is as wide as our imaginary frets would be, if that doesn't work and you need to move your hand, that's fine. We're getting used to hearing that as well as feeling that in your body. So don't like rip anything trying to get that spread, right? So if at first you need to kind of shift your hand and let it collapse a little bit, or even cozy up these fingers to get your pinky to work, and let your shoulder and your elbow drop a little bit so you've got a mechanical advantage there, you know, then you can see eventually if you can get this spread without straining your shoulder too much, right, is the idea. Then we're going to move that pattern up just a half step. So my index finger is going to go where my middle finger is. And so on. And so you can take this as far up the neck as you want. So I'm shifting. It's kind of a nice little chromatic exercise. Can I really hear? So up here, so there's my high D, right? I'm kind of checking myself, my octaves there. Here you've got a choice. As my thumb is about even with this curve in the neck. So here, you can, for your D, E flat, E, you can still do the 1, 2, 4, or you can try to use your third finger here. Or I typically use it when I go to the next position, whenever I'm on a, what would be an E flat, E, F. Then my pinky's a little short, and so it drops off here. So that's where I drop off for that. But you can keep going. And so here I'm adjusting, right, and pulling the bass into me a little bit more. And so getting what seems comfortable enough, right? Then, if you want to expand on this, that's enough of an exercise, right? Just working on those half steps and that strength in your fingers. But you can, you can do it with a metronome, which we will do momentarily, and you can practice along with me. You can also do the inverse of this, right? So you could do like, that's an ascending line, more or less, right? You could do the descending line. So back in this half position where my pinky's on a B flat, I could do, so I could do 4, 2, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 1, right? So right, so you can do, you could combine those two, right? You could do an ascending, then a descending. You could do, that's the first half, then, right? And so you're basically doing every combination with your fingers you can in that position on a single string. Of course, too, after you build up some strength on the G string, you move it to the next string, to your D, or the A, or the E. And as you move to these lower strings that require a little more strength, you can figure out, okay, how can I play with the least amount of strain in my body? Or like this low B string on this guy. And you see I kind of buzzed right there, right? So I might figure out, like, what do I need to do to not buzz with my pinky there? So if I kind of adjust the angle here, so I can pull this into my body a little bit more and my arm can be heavier. I'm still buzzing a little bit, but not as bad. So you can see my pinky could probably still need a little bit of strength there. So let's get a metronome and we'll do this slowly together. Okay, so I'm going to set a metronome and hopefully you can see my fingers well enough. This metronome is set at 60 and we're just going to do quarter notes. So starting in half position on the G string, so on an A flat here. Not forgetting to breathe. We could keep going. I'm going to stop there for now. You can do this at different speeds. You can do it on different strings. I find it's especially useful whenever you're in a somewhat unfamiliar position or just exploring a new position or a new key, of just feeling what those half steps, what the half steps and the whole steps are in that position, and going from there. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope that's useful, and until next time, we'll see ya.